Hi. So I've entitled this one My Last Confession. Um, if you watched my other videos, you would know that my dad was atheist. He molested me as a child, and I always wanted to go to confession and express um, what was weighing on my heart concerning that. And um, I could never work my nerve up enough to do that. And just when I was going to, I had a really good priest, and just when I went to do that, I found that the priest died, so I kept it inside. And my mother was she easily influenced me when I was younger, and told me, why don't you come to this church and try the new priest out and see what you think of this one. It was years later. I was maybe, 22, 23, I think it was. And she said, it might be good if you could go to confession and you didn't know the priest, and you can get this off your mind, um, and maybe you'll want to come back to the church. So, because my mother wasn't happy, um, I was visiting all these other churches. She felt like she failed me and wanted to know what she did wrong. Well, anyways, I went to confession. I get into confession, and I've always go behind the curtain. I never go face to face. And, I was sitting here and I'm telling this priest everything, the whole story about everything and what I went through and how the priest died, and I've had this weighing on my heart, and I really didn't want to, I really just didn't feel comfortable ever talking about this in confession, and I hadn't been to confession pretty much because of this. And a lot of that day was a blank, but I can tell you that um, he told me to come from behind the curtain, and he wanted to see me, and I felt kind of uncomfortable, but I went around and stood there, and he got up from his chair and grabbed my hand, and then he gave me a hug. He said that he was sorry what happened to me as a child, and that I needed some fatherly love. I don't know, maybe I took it the wrong way, but he hugged me, and you have to realize that I was an incest survivor. I'm in this little room with a man that I don't know, priest or not, he's still a man. I was afraid of men, and he's hugging me, and I kind of just froze, and I was scared to death, and I tried to move back, and he just stood there hugging me. It did it. I don't. I just. The hug was too long, too close. I don't know. Maybe it's because I'm an incest survivor that maybe I blew it out of proportion. Um, Maybe he didn't know how to deal with me. I don't know, but he scared the hell out of me, and that was the last time I set foot in a confession. And and I bawled my eyes out, and I didn't tell my mother what happened until later. And she said, well, maybe I'm just oversensitive, and I don't know. It's I don't know. I felt very uncomfortable. I don't know. I just maybe I let it go. I just let it go. I don't know. But no, all priests aren't child molesters, and you're going to have all sorts of religions with all sorts of pastors, and you're going to have those bad apples where people take advantage of you and, you know, cause a bad name for your church. Um, so anyways, that was just my experience, and I just thought I'd share that. All right, thanks.